trying so hard to protect you. Oh.
So this guy goes on vacation. He decides, I want to do something other people haven't done. I'm gonna go to Saudi Arabia. You know, because he's got money. He's not like top 1%, but he's the type of person that does okay there. And are we playing another one?
I would like to not.
What is it, 11?
Not quite.
We're not getting a 3-minute match, so...
Well, you don't know that.
I fucking do know that.
I
That's
forgot
like...
you guys-
But
Even if it was pushed, that's impossible.
I just started my story.
You can tell your story. I'm not
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
another game.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. So, anyways, this guy's like, I just want to see the sand dunes, and he rents like a. Okay, I was very confused there because I'm used to playing on here with people that are in group chat.
Oh, you thought I just left during the middle of
Go
your
ahead,
fucking
continue.
conversation.
Keep telling your story. Bye.
Yeah, keep saying what you're saying. Bye.
As you were saying.
Get a text later like, wait, did you mean you wanted me to hear your story? Because I was kind of confused.
Because that's a different thing, completely.
Okay, so, anyways, he's got this money. He set it aside, taking a little out of his fucking Roth IRA or whatnot, and rented this nice SUV. And he's like, I'm just going to go, plow down the sand dunes, have a good afternoon. And, he does that. And he's like, when he sets out from the fucking city, because all the cities there, they're just a fucking oasis in the desert, basically. So, he sets off and he's like, I just got to pay attention to my compass and, I'm going back west because I'm going to set out east and go up and down. And his compass starts acting up by the time he's spent a couple hours out there trying to get back home. And he goes to start back, but he doesn't know which way to go. Guy spends, twice the time trying to get back, and this dumb motherfucker, he's like the fucking New York suburbanite type that's like, yeah, I can make it out in the sand dunes. I don't get beat up on the streets of New York, that kind of guy. Different situation. Try to do that in a small sand dune,
Try that in a small sand.
But
Different kind of.
he ends up running out of gas. Dude didn't even think to bring any water. He gets out. He's like, well, I mean, either I sit here and just wait. Nobody's going to come find me. I spent 2 hours in a vehicle. I mean, Camelback. They wouldn't even find me until I was skin and bones. And, he sets out walking what he thinks is the right way. And, only thing he can think, hydration, he didn't bring any water. He got in the back and got a jug of antifreeze. He's like, hey, this will get me an extra 30 minutes and put me in the hospital, but it might take an extra 30 minutes to get there. So, but he's just wondering out. He's walking now up and down the sand dunes in the fucking 100-degree heat. Realizes he's losing time, 30 seconds, something. But he's kind of waking up walking, kind of you're falling asleep in math class, and you just wake up and at the end he's like, what? When did my head bob? But he's walking. He's that dehydrated, that on death's door. So he's like, well, just chugs down what's left of the antifreeze, gets a little pep, starts walking a little quicker. Next thing he knows, he's lost 5 minutes. And in the distance, he sees this big, almost like a black fucking square. Like a big, almost like the base of a building out in the sand. He's like, that's gotta be a mirage, but I ain't got nothing left. I'm gonna just collapse here. And he gets to the edge walks up on it and falls over. But he wakes up. There's a snake over him.
Mm-hmm.
Like this giant, and he's like, oh boy, hey, at least I'm going to have fun here at the end. You know, he's thinking in his head. It's like, imagine all the boring hallucinations people have. At least I'm seeing a giant snake. And the snake looks down at him. He said, my name's Nathaniel. If you let me bite you, I can suck the poison out of you, but you will be burdened with 3 wishes. And I don't see many humans out in this desert, but I do know this has been an unfortunate curse upon people, but I can do it. And, you know, the guy's like, well, fuck it. I mean,
What
I
am
might as well
gonna
go
do?
along with the bit. And it's like, go ahead. And then the snake plunges into his neck, sucks out the poison that he imbibed just to last 30 more minutes in this desert going the wrong way. And he wakes up about 5 minutes later like, wow, I feel amazing. He's like, well, a side effect is also I took the poisons of aging out, so you won't die. He's like, well, there was my first wish. You said I got wishes, right? He's like, well, yeah. I get really lonely out here, so, you know, I hope you don't forget me, but you can do whatever you want in life now. And so, you know, this guy wishes for unlimited wealth, and he's smart about it. He's a businessman, so he's like, I wish for a credit card that has an unlimited limit that I don't have to pay back because he's smart. He doesn't want to monkey's pot and fucking get cursed.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, and I also wish that on top of not aging, I'm at my physical peak, you know, because you don't want to end up being eternally, fucking 500 years old.
Bottle.
Yeah. And you know he does a couple fucking push-ups and jumping jack. He's like, I feel great, and he's like, thanks Nathaniel, but I'm gonna get out here. I have a world to explore. And he's like, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope one day we cross paths again. And you know, this guy, we'll just call him Joe. Joe sets out. He sees all these sights in the world. You know, he sees the fucking aurora borealis. He sees the fucking tunnel to hell in Russia. He sees fucking, you know, all this stuff. You know, he comes back every few decades or so. He doesn't have any worries, you know, now that he can't die. He journeys into the desert. It's a bit inconvenient, but he sees Nate. But, you know, he sees Nate getting kind of more dour and sad. Like, it's like every time he sees him, there's like something more taken out of him. It's like, you know, decades and decades is wearing on him. And, you know, it's been probably 50 years now. He's like, Nate, listen, something's up. You don't have the enthusiasm I saw you with before. And he's like, well, my time has about come to an end. Like the phoenix, I will die, but part of me will rise from my ashes and be reborn. And behind him, you see this little snake. He's like, because of your wanderlust, your sheer fascination with the world, I want you to take my son, and in my remaining time, I have about 10 years left. I want you to show him the best parts of the world that you've seen so that he knows humanity. And sure enough, you know, he leaves. He takes Nate Jr. with him, and they go see the world, riding in a little backpack, going to Six Flags on the roller coasters and whatnot. And they journey back. He's got an SUV, you know, and another shiny fucking overloaded rich guy car, driving down the sand dunes. And You see, Nate told Joe the burden that was wearing on him was that he guarded this button. If you step on this switch, it would restart the world from day one. Let there be light. And that's what was wearing on him. Because he didn't understand humanity. He could understand the strife. He could feel the hatred and humanity that was going through everybody. But he didn't know. He didn't know real experience whether should I just stop it now and start again? Maybe I can save suffering. Maybe I can save from worse. Maybe they'll start again from the primordial ooze and not be so shitty. But he didn't know. He didn't know. And he couldn't make that decision. And having that power over your head all these years, that ages you, weighs on you. And so Joe's coming back with Nate Jr. But he careens out of control. And ramps up off of a dune. He's coming down on Nate. He's got to make a choice. Left, right, straight. What do I do? And he just shrugs and says, hey, better Nate than Lever. Takes out Nate and spares humanity.
You did not just do that.
I thought it was gonna be your mom joke.
Oh my god, you wasted so much fucking time, man. Jesus fuck.
I even told you the punchline before I started.
I know, but I didn't listen to you. Jesus fuck, I was like, what? Is this a fucking... I was like, this is not a lifestyle. I thought this was at first like, oh, your experience. I'm like, no, this is just a story. What the fuck's happening in the story? I was like, it's better not be a dumbass joke, and it fucking was a dumbass joke. God damn it.
In the middle, you're kind of like, I want to see where this goes. This is interesting. Wait, this was a joke, right? No, anyways. I told somebody that over the course of an hour, and...
I mean...
From 12 a.m. to 1 a.m., I told them this. You know, they weren't They weren't doing anything, but doing the books for the night at Sheets, bagging up the money to send. And I finished the joke. He just looks at me, closes his eyes, looks back, bags the money, writes the total, throws it in the safe, gets up and leaves. Doesn't speak to me for 2 days.
I mean, that's a good...
Oh, God damn it.
You're killing Nate now. I can't believe you wasted like
better
15
Nate than
minutes
Lever.
of that. Shut the fuck up, man. Oh my god, I was like, I'll listen to this story before I go to the bathroom.
In that, it was gonna be your mom joke. I don't even know. I thought I was like, oh, here it comes. Here's your mama joke. Like, here it comes. But like,
I should have just fucking like left the lobby and just been like, I'm done. But god damn it.
Send Nate a text. Tell me how that ended. I'm kind of curious, but not enough to stay awake.
Jesus
I'll read it
Christ.
in the morning.
I'll read it in the morning. I appreciate the waste of time for that shitty joke.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy the concept of that joke. Before